Alright, it's time for another update. It's been a while, I'm sorry about that, but I have had some trades that have been in this week, and I've been just taking a while to close out. They finally closed out today, and I was actually thinking about doing a video yesterday, but you know, this was the current situation. I had a bunch of orders, and the market kept going against me. I kept going up, and I had short positions in, as you can see, and I had quite a few of them, and so I didn't want to show those orders live in market because a lot of people just don't understand how that works, and they give me a thumbs down, or they don't like the video, or think I'm a bad trader, and because trading against the trend to most people doesn't really make a lot of sense. So this video we'll go over what happened, why, where my entries were, and to show you what happened and how my emotions were during this as well. So I had most of my trades, actually all of them pretty much, were on the Aussie CAD and on the New Zealand CAD. And you can see all the orders here. Let me close down the balance. Okay, first order was after an inside candle setup. And you can see that the RMI was above the 70 in this case. My stats are slightly different than these numbers, but these are just overall what the RMI sets the numbers to, 30 and 70. But you can see it's definitely overbought in this area, and there was an entry. Now it did move down from my entry, but not enough. It was only about 20 pips, and then shot up, and then this is when the rally started. Now there weren't really any pullbacks, at least on this pair, on the Aussie CAD. There was, not really anything there. There wasn't really anything here as well, and so it continued up over 170 pips, and I think it was, it was about 170 pips from my entry. Now typically that doesn't worry me too much because you know that each order has a 500 pip stop loss. So this first order has a 500 pip stop loss. So if market does go against me, that means that this order will close out for a loss, and if the market goes 500 pips on this one, that will close out as well. And I also have a cutoff on my account as well, and a percentage amount as well. So that's a I'm double backed up when it comes to stop losses on the account. Okay. So the first entry, you see where the inside candle was. It was a decent entry from the start, and then it turned really bad, right? And so then I entered on a grid, so that was a 20 pip grid, and it just kept going further against me. And until I finally got this top order, and I got a pretty big candle, bearish candle right up here at the top. That was a good indication to me that maybe this was the peak of this entire move. So then I saw this after. Now, this is just on the 1 hour chart. I saw the candles here. So this was holding at the time as a resistance, and the candles were oddly pushing up still. But there was a bunch of indecision with the wicks on both ways, so indecision up here, what was going on. And then there was some Canadian news, speech by Polos that came out. I think that's maybe how you pronounce his name, Palaz. Then right on the minute when he started his speech, this happened. Like literally to the minute. So this whole scenario here on my two pairs, I'm only showing the Aussie CAD right now because both pairs were in a lot of ways correlated here, was kind of a pump and dump situation where it push up, push up, push up. Speech happened, bam, in a matter of an hour, or 2 hours, this move happened. And I figured that this might happen when that news came out because of the strange indecision up here, and then the continued push, especially with these candles. It didn't make a lot of sense for this to creep up, and the candles looked odd to me, and then it pushed down in a big way. So my exit, let's talk about the exit. So since I had the push happening on both pairs, it was much more on the Aussie CAD than it was on the New Zealand CAD. But I closed them out about the same time, and hold on a second, I'm having a little bit of mouse problem here. Okay. So I went down to the M5, and I wanted to see how long I could actually hold on to this position for. Now, typically I have a set dollar take profit on my positions, and that is on my measly little $1,168 is typically about $10. But in this case, because I had so many orders in, I don't even know how many total. It was probably about 15, 12, maybe 12 trades. And I wanted to see where a good exit would be, so I wanted to squeeze out as much profit as possible. That's why I went down to the M5 and it was looking for a bullish engulfing or a inside candle on the M5 for a decent exit. Now, by this time, I was already exceeded my profit target amount, my standard top profit target amount by double. It was about 100% extra profit at this point. And I looked at this here and saw the inside candle setup happening and decided that I'm going to close out the trades right on the next candle open because I was expecting a pullback to happen. Now you could say, well, why don't you hold on to longer, because it's a small pullback, it's probably going to continue to extend down, which I believe will happen. But since I was already exceeded my previous profit expectation, I thought this was a good point to close out, and it turns out that it was, because there was a bit of a pullback of about 20 pips or so, which is enough, and so I closed out there, and it looks like it's going to probably end up extending further back down. But the brunt of the move is already done. I did the same thing, inside candle on the New Zealand CAD right here on the M5, and closed out on the next candle. Pullback happened, and it's looking like it's going to extend back down. So no trades on the pound Canadian dollar, but I just got one in right now on the inside candle setup on the M30. You can see that right here. Sorry about the lines; these are just marking the whole and half numbers as important levels. Now let me shrink this down a bit so you can see. So inside candle after a big push on the pound CAD down, and so far I'm in a bit of profit. There was a couple of other trades that happened previously earlier in the week. I have the first trade here, inside candle, shot up, not enough profit, up on that peak there, went back down, entered on a grid, and then got the pullback that happened here. Everything closed out. Pullback extended a little bit further, went back down, and then extended again. So a small pullback and then a further extension on this initial push up. And it was enough for me to get an inside candle set up and have the RMI filter meet the inside candle as well. And I took, or the EA took in another position. And this one did close out at 50 pips, just like this one did. So this was 50 pips profit amongst all of these trades here, and then a 50 pips profit on this one as well. So I was able to basically hedge out the new type of money management that I have going. Is the pound Canadian dollar can now act on its own, since it's also trading on the M30 time frame, which means it takes more positions. So it can act on its own, but also together with the other two pairs. So it can act as a hedge, but it can also help the potential drawdown that happens in the NZD CAD and on the Aussie CAD. So I feel like this is a very smart plan, and it's been working out very well. So for those of you that are wanting to know, am I still trading Robert's account? Yes. Here's Robert's account. It's $114,000, and I was able to profit today about 0.6%. And you can see what that looks like. I know this account, I haven't showed it. It's private right now, and I'm keeping it private for a little bit, but I'm showing it here on the stream. It doesn't look that great. Right here, there was awesome awesome trading going on, right? And then I had the big loss, and I've mentioned about that in the past. Had some manual trades and losses on those manual trades that happened, so 3 pretty big ones. And now I'm just slowly making back the gains with Robot. Now I've had an agreement with Robert that I won't be trading his account anymore with manual trades, and if there is any manual trading that's done, it will be through special permission. So yes, the account is still being traded. You can see the 0.6% profit, 685. I pulled out a little bit more profit from that basket, the same basket that I just showed you on the Aussie CAD and the Kiwi CAD. This week I've come out with almost a percent profit, $1,000. So looking pretty healthy for the week at least, but still have a lot to make up. I'm trying to get back to my high water mark on September 21st, which is about 20%. So it's gonna take me a while, probably about 4 or 5 months, maybe more, to get to where I was. So here's my personal account. Was able to come out with 1.64%, which is just $20 profit for the week. 2.33% with $26.92 profit. So looking pretty good on this account, but it is really small. Drawdown's also really low at this point. I expect that to probably get higher as time goes on. So far, very smooth, looking good. Everything is closed out on my accounts except for the trade that just went in on the pound CAD. That's in slight loss at the moment, but I like this entry a lot, and it's pretty close to the round number at 171. And so I think that this is going to be a potentially good trade. Who knows if it will shoot up and we'll get 50 pips there. But if it does extend a little bit lower, I feel really comfortable with this trade. Alright, so guys, that's pretty much the trades that I've had this week. I know that hopefully it's not too hard to follow, but I know that a lot of you are going to disagree with how I make my decisions with this. And unfortunately, like I said before, I did lose my account because of some really bad manual trading decisions, and I haven't been trading any manual trades on this account since that happened. I've been easing up on that so I can concentrate on making my expert advisors better and more precise on the market. And I have made a lot of recent modifications that I believe that are going to help in the long term, and so far are working very well. Okay, so what about my other investments? So let me show you what's going on. So I'm also trading at Binance, and Binance is a cryptocurrency exchange, and my current account value is about $1,800, and I'm trading a couple of different cryptocurrencies, and I'm hoping that my decisions will go well and I'll be able to make a good portion of the loss that I made in the Forex market back. I know that a lot of people say that cryptocurrency is a bubble and that it's going to die at some point, and that's why I started with just $800 investing with cryptocurrency, and now it's $1,833. So I've been doing very well with it in the last couple of weeks, and hope that things continue. Now I've made a couple of calls, and you guys know that I've been trading IOTA, and I traded that at 93 cents, and currently it's at $3.80. I invested $700 in that back in August, and so it's been slowly going up, and it had a big peak at $5, and then it has come back down. My other calls have been where is it? Cardano. Now Cardano, I'm not going to go into the details on why I picked these cryptos, because that's something so different. But I'm basically telling you what I have picked on to be bigger gainers, or big gainers for the now and in 2018. But the reason why I pick certain cryptocurrencies is because I feel like they have the most potential to grow for growth. They're pushing the crypto market in the best ways. They have the most success potential in this financial realm, I guess. So Cardano, I picked at 11 cents. It's currently, and that was just a few days ago, and it's started to really push to 22 cents. So that is, since I made my prediction, that's been over 100% profit, or just 100% profit on Cardano, and you can see that it's been pushing quite a bit in just the past few days. So since I picked this one back on the 11th, where it was just 11 cents, and it's pushed up. And so I did some research. I do some research on the top cryptocurrencies that you can see on CoinMarketCap, and look at the ones that are the most unique, that are improving upon Bitcoin and what it has to offer, and just going with that. Now, there's a couple of things that you guys can do and to get involved in cryptocurrency, and it's a really well-known website, and it's called Coinbase, and this is one of the easiest places and most well-known to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin, pretty much the top three cryptos in the market right now. And it's a good way to get started, and you get yourself a digital wallet, and then you can make trades at places like Binance, like I'm doing. So this is how you get involved in something like this, and you can do research. It's very similar to the currency market, where you look at the news for example, the Euro US dollar, see what's going on. You look at the technical, the candlesticks to see what that's telling you, and so price action is slightly different than it is in the currency market, but there are a lot of similarities too that you can I've been able to pull from my knowledge with the foreign exchange market. Yeah, on the 11th of December, Cardano pushed from 11 cents, and where it is now, where it peaked at about 20 or 21 cents. And then I also made a call on Ripple. And Ripple just yesterday, which is crazy, I predicted that this one would push up as well because of a boom coming out of Asia, in Korea to be particular, in particular with this, and there was a big push from Korea on this cryptocurrency, and that started the initial push. Now that was on December. I'm gonna dumb this down a little bit further. So that was on the 11th as well, when that started happening, and you can see that the value of this crypto started really pushing up just in the last few days. So it's gone from when I made the call, it was about at 40 cents, so it was about on the 12th when I saw the big boom happening from Korea, and then I was like, okay, wait for the pullback and get in. And I told my buddy to get in, and he was in at 42 cents. And look where it is now. It's at 81 is where it topped out, and currently it's at 85. It's at 85 cents. So my buddy has made over 100% profit on his on my pick. Sorry, excuse me. Since just the 12th, so 2 days ago. That's 100% profit on that one. And here's Cardano, by the way. It's at 22 cents. So you can trade these just like you can the Forex market. I know it's a lot more volatile, but there's something really important about cryptocurrencies, which is almost making me want to concentrate even more on them. Is because there is a huge boom going on right now. There's $512 billion invested in cryptocurrency right now. Although a lot of people think it's a bubble, I think it's becoming too big to really say that it's still a bubble. And the idea is with these exchanges, for example, Binance, is you can just buy and sell. So it's Bitcoin to let's say Ripple. So you're buying Ripple, the cryptocurrency Ripple, with Bitcoin, and when you want to sell your Ripple, you can just sell your Ripple back into Bitcoin, and it takes literally a second to do this. And so based on the volume of where people are entering the market, buying and selling, you can see the volume of how many people are buying the currency and how many people are selling their currency to back into Bitcoin. As you can see, the last two of these candles or these volume candles here show that a lot of people have been selling their Ripple back into Bitcoin. And it's because it's been on a huge, Ripple's been on a huge move today, and it changed in the last 24 hours is 85%. So the market, the crypto market as a whole, and the reason why I like it so much is because pretty much everything is moving in some way. As you can see, look at all these cryptos. Most of them are moving in a positive way. Some are down today, but just because they're down today doesn't mean that they're going to be down tomorrow. So this whole market is becoming bigger, and so that means not just Bitcoin is gaining in value, but all of the others are too in some way or form. And some increase a lot more, like Ripple today at 80%. That's what it's showing here. It's more in real time at 82%. But still, you get the idea. So I do like to introduce people into the crypto market because I think there is a lot of opportunity where time is now. It's December 14th, 2017. Maybe things will change, but there is a lot of opportunity for people in the retail Forex market, or potentially some of my watchers, that can make 100% gains in a matter of days. And I don't think that there is a lot of risk in these cryptos because the market the cryptocurrency market as a whole is growing and continues to do so. As long as that health remains, then I think that you can't go wrong with investing in any of these at this point. So I guess that's kind of my spiel. There's probably going to be a lot of people that disagree with me, and that's okay. But if you like what I'm talking about when it comes to crypto, my adventures with the foreign exchange market, and also my exploration with cryptocurrency and how things are going with that, please give me a thumbs up, because I'd like to try to include both, because they are now both part of my investment strategy and plan as a whole, and hope to continue to educate myself in the cryptocurrency market and also in my Forex trading as well, with my expert advisor. So the idea here as a whole is to take the money that I make from cryptocurrency and put it into a slower investment like the foreign exchange market, in particular using my expert advisor. So take my use my predictions in smaller amounts of money in the cryptocurrency market, and in the hopes that I can make some pretty big gains on certain cryptos by only investing $500 or $1,000. But I don't plan on investing large amounts into the cryptocurrency market, at least not at this point. It's just going to be small amounts in the hopes that something like Ripple will turn from 82 cents into maybe $100 by the end of 2018, which for me would be around a $215,000 profit. So that's the kind of craziness that I can see with the cryptocurrency market, that there's a lot of opportunity with small investments to grow them into something very large that you could use to fund your foreign exchange trading. Something that's lower risk, like what I try to do at maybe 10% max per month with my expert advisor trading, and just work the two markets in that way where they complement each other. All right, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today in this video. But it does look like this is starting to move back down again. We'll see if it breaks the low and continues down. But so far, this has been a great trading day for me. I've made decent profits all around on Robert's account, on my personal account, and I've also made some really good profits in cryptocurrency at this point so far, where I have more than doubled my account in the last 2 weeks trading with the cryptocurrency market and watching for the best opportunities with particular cryptos. So with that being said, I'd like to end this video and hope to see you guys on the next one, which will be probably similar to this, talking about both markets that I'm trading, and we'll go from there. Thanks so much and have a good one. See you next time.